Podcast. Let's go.
Episode 1 of the Brett Tippie Podcast.
You have a good name for this podcast?
Okay, we're live. I'm going to call it the Brett Tippie Podcast. You're show number 1.
Fuck, you've always been the smartest. You know?
I know.
You're so quick.
I'm not as smart as I once was.
Did you think about that yourself?
As smart as I ever was. I'm here with Wade Simmons, longtime friend, original Fro-Rider.
I almost wore my Fro-Rider hat today. I'm like, fuck, we're getting filmed today? Actually,
Did you?
Yeah.
No
I
way.
busted out my hat looking for the proper hat.
Do you actually have an afro left from the old days?
Yeah, that's deep in the
archives?
bins, in the Rubbermaids.
Yeah.
I'll probably do though.
Oh my god. I think I have one too, but it looks more like dreads now. It's
It would always look like dreads.
Yeah. So for those who
you
don't
were the
know,
Rasta, remember?
For those who don't know Wade Simmons is a longtime mountain biker, and he is a former BMX racer, downhill racer, trials rider, free rider. With me, and Richie Schley was on the world's first professional freeride team, and movie star, and has become a legend in the mountain bike world. Former mechanic, and
the theater of his own mind.
Still
Who lost my mind now.
Still in the bike world, but
fuck, still in the bike world? Yes, I live the bike world.
It's your life.
The bike world's still in me.
Yes. Well, it always will be. It's like you're a lifer.
Chuck Norris. The world moves around. Chuck Norris. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't do push-ups. He does earth downs.
That's right. People love that shit.
So we're here on the North Shore right now at the base of Mount Seymour in Deep Cove, and Wade just came over with a gift.
Tippie, when you asked me to participate in your first podcast and come to Deep Cove, your house, I spent a lot of time here, right? I was like, I worked at the Cove Bike Shop for 10 years with Chaz, Ashley, Johnny Smoke, all the boys, yeah.
As a mechanic.
Louie, Rabbit.
Yeah.
As a mechanic.
Yeah.
And
that was the one where the gas station was.
Honey's Donuts. Honey's Donuts, the shop there has the best breakfasts, the best food, famous for donuts. So I brought you one of their newest creations, this bacon maple donut. And you know,
maple donut.
Whenever I come to the Cove, I have to have a donut, whether you want or not. I don't care.
It looks delicious. Well, cheers. Here we go.
Oh, that's good. Huh?
The bacon actually works. A little piece of bacon on there.
These donuts last all day. This is like the meal donut. Hey, they're heavy.
It's dense.
You could throw that at someone and stop them.
You hit a home run with this donut. They did hit a home run with this donut.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
That's pretty good.
I like donuts, especially in my Tundra. We actually have the same Toyota Tundra.
We do.
I got mine first though.
Don't you love your truck?
I love my truck.
I know. They're so good, eh?
You know what? If I didn't have one of those, I would have wished I did. So I just wouldn't got one.
What could they do better to them? I always think like this. Like I've done a lot of research. And like you look at that Ford, that twin turbo motor.
Yeah.
That's tuned to the tits. Like you can't do anything more to that thing, right? The Tundra motors, the 5.4, they're barely like they're stock. Like you could put a supercharger
You only
on
got the
there.
5.4. I got a 5.7.
What 5.7? That's right, 5.7.
5.7.
I was thinking the Triton 5.4 Ford.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The 5.7.
You could chip it.
I know, dual exhaust.
Supercharge it. I put a dual exhaust in mine. It didn't sound throaty enough, and I was like, I need a dual exhaust. My wife was like, it's too much sewing machine. You need a dual exhaust. So I got this dual exhaust.
It never sounds like a sewing machine.
Well, it wasn't a sewing
Nothing
machine,
never
but-
sounds like a sewing machine.
It wasn't throaty
V8
enough,
sewing
though.
machine?
You know what I mean? Like we're from Kamloops. We need like that.
It's like a sewing tank.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh man.
I do love that truck though. It takes a shit kicking.
Dude, you know what? Whatever worries you have in your life, if you have a Toyota truck, your truck is never one of the worries. You just go places and do your things.
I have a 124 thou because I just did a tune-up on it.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting some play in the front end, but there's no play.
And
Like,
you don't drive easy. You like to drive fast.
Well, I grew up in Kamloops. I mean,
Yeah.
it's law to be sideways on a dirt road. You know that.
Totally. Have you seen Aggie? Have you ever driven with Aggie?
No. Crazy?
Dude, he's crazy. We came down Rose Hill once.
I believe it.
And we were flying down the road, like rallying. And I thought, okay, this is pretty fast. This is pretty cool. We were like, shuttling and retrieving. Then at speed, where it was like, pretty hard to stay on the road, he was purposely going off the road and then putting it sideways in the gravel and then like putting up like plumages of dust and whatnot. And then
Like off the pavement?
off the pavement.
On the shoulder?
Yeah. And getting the back end of the gravel and putting her sideways. and then he'd get sideways, and eventually would grab and snap him forwards onto the road again, and over. And I was like, whoa, that's pretty loose. So I was doing it too.
Obviously, he never flipped one, Tippie, like you.
I've never.
Because when you slide on gravel, it hooks up too.
No, that's
much.
Corey Leclerc flipped his.
Yeah,
that was him, not me. I've jumped mine a lot. My 86, I couldn't wreck.
I thought you drove off the road in Whistler. You maybe came down.
Oh,
the
I
hill
did. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No, I didn't flip it. I just put my head through the windshield and put the engine back into the
firewall,
into the truck with me.
Hey, buddy. Oh, you guys are warm. One cuddle.
It was crazy. That was with Jeff Kyle. This snowmobiler jumped 140-foot cliffs. He was crazy too.
In his Tundra?
No, on his snowmobile. That's an ad right there.
That guy's legendary.
Oh my god, no, that was totally crazy. We got some crazy friends, dude. Mm-hmm. Hey, think of like all the friends. Yeah, most of your friends are probably crazy. You gotta admit. Wow. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I only stay friends with the crazy ones.
Yeah,
because everyone else is boring. Life's like that though. Eh? It's like a mosaic of craziness. You know, like I don't want to be friends with like regular Joe dudes. There's like, hey, you know, it's like, you know, like I like the wacky ones like Corey Leclerc. He's funny. JJ Desdormo.
Oh,
you know?
Remember those guys? Oh yeah, I haven't seen him for a few years.
Richie Schley.
Richie Schley.
Crazy.
Yeah, people don't give him credit enough for his
I know, eh?
His guts.
I was just talking to who was I talking to about that? I think maybe Steve Vanderhook or someone about how like the old stunts in the bike park.
Yeah.
I was talking to Remy Metalier about that. I think about how
you
it's
said
like,
his name right. Most people don't say his name right. Most people say Metalier. It's Metayer.
Metayer.
I believe. Whatever. Is that right, Remy? I don't know. He'll let me know.
Some kind of French term.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the Whistler Bike Park and all of Schley's old stunts that are still in there.
Yeah.
Like
they're legit.
They're legit. Yeah, like on side track or sidecar. That one couple airs in there.
Yeah, over the road. Yeah, and then that wall ride.
I was talking
into
to
the bush.
Joe from Ride Wrap.
Oh,
I ride wrapped Elliot's bike, my son, and we were reminiscing about the old Freeride.
And what did you have to set him straight and tell him how bad?
No, he was up to speed. It was impressive. He was up to speed. He knew.
Yeah, Richie's legit.
He's a fan,
especially in some of his New World Disorder pieces.
Well, you know when guys are filming stuff now that we hit 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, what does that tell you? It stands the test of time.
Yeah.
It's like an old rock album.
With
you know, you still put it on. You're like, oh, that's good.
With old technology.
Oh, look at that.
You know, some of the things we did, I would not do on a bike now. Well, I wouldn't even do them anyways, even with a modern bike, but especially on an old bike.
How can you even think about that though? It's like, who knows?
Yeah,
like,
who knows?
You can't go backwards. Go forward.
Well, if you're not going forwards, you're going backwards.
Or you're stalled out. Yeah. Bobbing.
All those
bobbing in the water. Shit.
All those interested in time travel, you here last week at 7:30.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the old days. Speaking of the old days, you're known for being from Kamloops and moving to the shore. That's your classic tale. But were you born in Kamloops, or where are you actually from? Where was Wade Simmons born?
I was born in New Westminster at the Royal Columbian. Yeah. My folks are like longtime Vancouver East Van.
Okay.
People. Yeah, they grew up in East Van.
East Van tough.
Yeah, Vancouver Tech School.
Yeah.
And the Simmons family on my side was all like East Van, Burnaby.
Yeah.
And my dad worked for Sears.
Wasn't he the manager in Kamloops?
The retailer, and back in that day, he worked up the corporate ladder. So I don't know. He was working in Sears out in Langley. We had a place they lived in Langley at the time that I was born, and then he kind of just like got transferred around, taking a job position, like moving up the corporate ladder. So when I was born, we lived in Langley, and then we went to Victoria for a little bit, and then Victoria to Kamloops. And then Kamloops, my parents now live in Burnaby again, back in Burnaby.
So how old were you when you moved to Kamloops?
I would have been grade 2.
Okay. And then how long until you started racing BMX?
Grade 2, you're like 4? No, 5? Let's see. What's the difference? 3, it's like 4 years. So, I would have been like 6, 5 or 6.
So were you, okay, so you were known for racing BMX before you started mountain biking. And, I've seen photos of you in a room full of trophies.
I don't know how the BMX thing happened. I think my dad. I have a very good involved dad. Like he was quite involved with my sports.
Yeah.
I have an older brother and an older sister as well. So
Team sports as well, or individual sports?
no, just individual. I don't know how the BMX thing started. To tell you the truth, it just started.
Yeah.
Got a bike and maybe I enjoyed biking and my dad was like maybe notices that hey, let's get this kid in some BMX.
Your big bro didn't.
No, he never raced BMX. My brother.
Oh no.
No.
Okay. So
He was more into dirt biking.
yeah, that's right. Now I've seen photos of you in a room full of trophies, and these trophies are taller than you.
Well, I raced BMX hard for 10 years. I went to I represented Canada at the '85 Whistler World Championships
At how old?
on Team Canada. I was 12. I got the trophy. Yeah, I crashed out in the finals, the Worlds.
So what'd you get? What'd you place?
Well, there was a race prior, like 2 weekends.
Yeah.
The Worlds was held on the second weekend. The first weekend was a Canada Cup.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a pre-race to the Worlds.
Okay.
And same people there, get people ready for the big race. And I placed, I think I got maybe 5th
Okay.
in that. So I got a nice big trophy. The Canada
Racing
Cup, and then-
international racers.
Yeah, I was on Team Canada.
That's cool.
International.
Oh, I never knew that.
But I was 12.
Yeah, but you're racing the best 12-year-olds in the world.
And then I, yeah.
Do you know anyone from those days still?
No.
No. I wonder how many of those little kids that race and how many of those kids that beat you are still shredding somewhere right now. I wonder what percentage of them.
I don't know. Who cares?
wonder.
How would you find that out?
I don't know. I've just a theoretical. There's probably some guy never been in the media who's in the backside of a mountain in France who is absolutely sick and sending it with his
French bike?
redneck buddies, on a French bike. Yeah, maybe not. Who knows?
Yeah, his name's Audric, and he's living in Whistler.
Yeah, exactly. Audric Lecor, we know who you really are. Now, Richie told me that you were like hyper competitive back then, and that he's seen you actually cry when you didn't win a race. Is this true?
Of course. Who doesn't cry when they don't win? No? You don't cry when you don't win? I can see you getting really mad.
When I get mad, I blow up. But yeah, I don't know. You know what they say? It takes a big man to cry and a bigger man to laugh at that man.
Yeah. Probably. I don't know. I was 12, 11.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
exactly.
you put everything into it, you don't win.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, totally.
But it's funny now because I'm a good buddy with Richie,
Yeah.
and a couple of the old racers like the Colin Ridges, the Colin
Yeah.
Ridge brothers and stuff. And back then, because I'm 4 years younger than Richie, 5 years,
Okay, yeah, 5 years.
not buddies, right? So imagine you're 12 and buddy's 16, 17. 12-year-olds don't hang out with 16.
Yeah. You knew who he was, though.
So my dad, who was involved, like he would drive us to the races and things like that, and Richie would join us. So, we like carpool to the races, go to Merritt or Vernon or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And the 16, 17-year-old guys are hanging out, and like me, little punk kids, 11, 12, 13s are just like peeking off, right? So
Yeah.
I'm sure Richie doesn't have a fond memory of me like
You're like a
chirping in his ear all the time.
chirpy little kid.
Yeah.
Was he all girl crazy back then? Like I remember him.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, he was. He was all like
He
I
was
went,
never
I, went,
crazy.
I went to high school with him.
Oh yeah.
I met him in grade 6. I went to a new elementary school that was close to my house when I moved to Kamloops, and like they said in the movie The Moment, I would get kicked out of class. He would get kicked out of the other class, and we'd see each other in the hallway, down the hall. Like,
It was fate.
And then we ended up going to the ski hill and carpooling with a friend of ours, older brother, and then we started shredding together.
Perfect.
And became friends and stuff. And then
You guys were shredding on the ski hill first?
on the ski hill, yeah.
But you were a snowboarder. Were you skiing back then?
Oh, I was skiing back then, yeah.
You don't
And
ski
then-
now though.
No. I split board, so I accidentally ski when I have
Ski
to
uphill
go down.
only.
Yeah, just for
Uphill.
exercise. Uphill both ways.
Yeah.
So you didn't see Richie then again for after he quit BMXing. Like he won the Canadian Championships and then I think retired as the Canadian Pro Champ.
Like 18, 19.
Yeah, and then
I quit racing BMX like right after pretty like 13, 14.
okay,
So and then I didn't bump into you guys again until it's kind of funny how it all happened.
95.
94, 95, yeah.
Yeah, 90.
Must have been a bit earlier, hey?
No, I think
When was the first cranked? Like
I think I met you in 95.
is that
in
when we did that
95.
shoot with the
Because I came down, I did a shoot for Pulp Traction, and then they gave me a specialized ground control.
Was that 95?
Yeah.
Was it earlier?
No, it was 95.
Okay.
And so I got this bike, and then I came down to Vancouver for some reason, and I went by the Deep Cove Bike Store, and I met you briefly, and you invited me to go for a ride. And so I joined you on a trail called GMG,
Right.
which I had never ridden anything quite like that, actually.
Which is
Coming from Kamloops.
like a big
was-
climb up from
Yeah, it was
top of 7.
it was gnarly.
Yeah.
With Kim Steed and Digger.
Oh yeah.
And so the four of us went out.
We
and
must have been filming.
We did, yeah. We had a little Sony Handycam type thing.
Yeah.
And,
Top of the line back then.
Oh yeah, top of the line. Yeah. It was $1,100 or something. And Johnny Smoke was working in this Deep Cove bike store with you, and I just met him as well.
Right.
And he's like, "Hey," I'm like, "Hey, how's it going? Just to meet you. You too." And he's like, "You're going for a ride with Wade?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You ever ridden with Wade before?" I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Who are you?" And I go, "I'm Brett." And he's like, "From Tippie, from Kamloops." He goes, "Okay." He goes,
Pre-Tippie era, no one knew you.
yeah. And he's like, "You're gonna ride on that thing?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I had this like ground control broken shock, and like I think I had a piece of like a dollar bill like from a ripper in the sidewall to stop the tube from bulging out, and bald back tire. And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You want to borrow my bike?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And he goes, "There it is." And it was like a prototype Kona Sex 3 with I think it had Z1s on it, and Magura disc brakes, rim brakes, I mean.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Sure." So I rode that and went riding with you
rode
and Kim
Smoke's
Steed.
bike?
Yeah. He lent me his bike. I just met the guy.
Smoke was a nice guy at one point.
Yeah. He was that day. And I remember bleeding hard because there were some hucks that were like about shoulder high to flat,
Yeah.
Like
GMG,
multiple.
it was like woodwork. And
Yeah. And then there was like something I cracked, and I put a scratch up my shoulder, and then Digger's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm okay. I'm going to go do it again." And then he's like, "But your arm," and you're like, "That guy doesn't care."
I said that to Digger about you.
Yeah. And so we wrote it all together, and I filmed it. I have that footage somewhere hidden in the archives. But that was the first ride I remember riding with you, and I just remember hearing your bike whack, hitting those flat landings. You're just muscling it out, and it's like, wow,
I was probably on
this guy's kind of gnarly.
An old DH race.
What was before then?
Oh yeah,
I think you were still
Hardtail?
on a Cove or something.
I never rode a Cove bike. I had an old Kona Hey.
Oh,
like a
maybe that's what
titanium
it was
hardtail
on.
frame.
Maybe that's what it was.
And then a Proflex.
Okay.
This is like going way back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe too early.
Yeah.
Brody, I rode Brody's for a couple of years, some hardtails.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember.
Do you have many of your old bikes?
No, I wish I did.
Do you flip them right away?
I'm just kicking myself. Well, I did back then.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like start to accumulate them now.
Yeah.
I call Andrew Baker all the time, like Baker, because he's always good for that. He's always got his ear on the pulse for the bikes. He's like, Simmons, I found your signature bike. I'm like, sweet, buy it.
Oh yeah,
This guy in Australia or whatever.
Yeah, with the green paint job.
Yeah, the green paint job.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
People love that bike. It stands out. The way the silver and the green is kind of different.
They did a good job. Good graphics.
And then you did like a remake of that bike.
Well, we did that.
Of the paint job, anyways.
Yeah, for the old Maiden. I had it on the Maiden downhill bike.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
It was good.
Wow.
That was good. That was ahead of its time when we had signature bikes. Remember?
Yeah. Well, I never had a signature bike.
You never had one?
Bike. No. You were Wade Simmons. I was Brett Tippie.
Schley
had a signature bike. Schley never had a signature bike either.
That's because you bounced around. You're like always looking for the bigger caravan. And I'm like, yeah, I was just like small town guy hanging out with Rocky forever.
I've been on 3 bike brands: Rocky, Specialized, and YT. So that's not bad for
25
actually, years.
Yeah.
So not as bad as Schley.
Schley's been on 25 brands.
I don't know. I don't have.
He should make his own brand. Then they wouldn't have to change anymore. They'd kick him off.
Sponsor himself. Never get fired.
You're fired. You're off, Schley brand.
Okay, you're back.
Yeah.
Dog having conversations with himself.
At the board meeting, they're like, should we keep this athlete? I don't know. He should get old.
Oh man. So then you and me and Richie, you were racing downhill as working as a mechanic at the Eco Bike Store, sponsored by Rocky.
Yeah.
Started racing downhill, Canada Cup, BC Cup.
Yeah.
And then you formed a team with me and Richie as the Fro-Riders.
Well, that wasn't the first of it. Remember, did we meet in Kamloops to film? Like no one was a team yet.
Oh yeah, no, we met in Uplands, up in Barnerville.
Yes,
that's right. I gotta tell this story.
Wasn't Dean Collins there? We're hitting those
Dean
jumps.
Collins was there, Richie, and I was in the back of the pickup truck, and I was like putting a 6-pack on ice or something, and then you came riding up, and I'd only met you once, and then you came right up and you bunny hopped into the back of the pickup truck. I forget whose truck it was. It wasn't mine, but it was like a lifted truck, and you bunny hopped into the back of the pickup truck, And you didn't make a noise except for a little squeak of rubber. Stopped and gave me a high five, and I was just like,
You never seen that before, huh?
wow, no, I'd never seen anybody hop that high with a full suspension.
Now you're fucking doing it on your sled.
Yeah, I wish.
I
wish.
Right to the cab.
Yeah, boom.
Boom.
Although when I unload it, I just air it off the back sometimes when I'm in a rush. But so we rode then, and then I remember like I took my last paycheck from paving, and I went down to Anaheim and took some of the footage that I'd got already and some photos of some of the
Sponsor me. The start of it.
Dick Cox looked at the stuff and he's like, "No way, let's break our bikes on camera." And there was no way. I'm like, "Oh." And then Rocky was like, "Yeah, let's do this." So it was you, me, and Richie, and we were the world's first professional freeride team.
Maybe, eh?
And well, we were, on paper. Yeah.
Who knows what was going on in Europe? No internet, but
yeah, like Planet X didn't happen for a couple of years.
We were definitely the first.
Yeah, we were definitely the first. Yeah.
Due to lack of technology, but
who knows?
And the bikes.
Maybe there was a professional freeride team from that crazy French guy in the backside of the mountain.
Doing the same thing.
Yeah. He was paying himself. He was his own boss.
Driving their Citroens around. Bunny hopping in the back of Citroens.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
So you were racing downhill. And how did it go from racing downhill
well
to free? Because you were always free riding.
I'll tell you the truth. I haven't really told this story much, but it's not a story, but it's just I was raced out, right? I raced BMX for like 10 years, So, like to race, you gotta have that. I'm competitive. I'm like, me, like we wrestle all the time. I like being competitive, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of like racing,
you're not competitive wrestling.
Well, I'm competitive, but maybe I'm not a contender.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But I just lost the. You gotta have a drive to win, and I just lost the drive. I was like, fuck, I don't care. That's the essence of freeriding. That's why it happened right at the same time, because I was like tired of the competition.
Yeah.
Up to the gate, look at the guys. Like racing is like
you gotta want it.
We gotta be the guy beside you. Where freeriding is more like
you're jamming with the guy beside you.
Diving, exactly. You're sessioning.
Yeah.
You're jamming.
Yeah. That's true. I feel the same way.
More high fives. You're not high fiving on the racetrack.
No.
No, you're crying.
No, you're
crying.
You're trying
when you don't win.
You're trying to eat their. You're trying to eat their faces.
I don't want to cry anymore. I had no tears left. I hit freeride.
It's a true point. I was the same way. I was raced out from racing snowboards.
Exactly.
And I just wanted to go jam and just have fun and do creative
so,
things.
That was like, it's funny. It's awesome you bring that up, because it was like, that was it, man. I had the skill. I just wanted to have fun on the bike. And then all of a sudden, all these other guys were having fun. And that was kind of like the catalyst of it.
Yeah.
Just like, fuck, this is fun.
Yeah. I remember seeing a race that you at Blackcomb, and you came in across the finish line. And then as you hit the finish line, you did a big nose wheelie all the way.
That.
And then it kind of curved to the left.
Yeah.
And then you stopped right by the fence.
The dual eliminator.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And
I won that one that year.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dwayne Nickel. I took out Dwayne Nickel.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my
and he
God.
totally did not expect it to. If you ever talk to Dwayne, like, you're never going to talk to him, but he gives me praise.
I talked to him on Facebook
He
now and
gives me praise because we were coming around the last corner, and I was totally in his slipstream, like stock car style.
Yeah.
I went around the outside. I think he was looking on the inside for me, and I stuck around on his
Round
outside.
Round the outside.
Yeah. And I came in, and I was like, yeah, and he's like, and even though I won, he's like, Jesus Christ.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I just tucked in right behind him because he's tall. He's like 6'4", something like that.
Was that one of your last races?
I raced dual. I don't know.
Sorry,
the timeline.
So long
Who
ago.
cares? Who cares about timeline?
Yeah. So now you're free riding. We we did
So we start free riding. We're free riding.
We're free riding.
Rocky picks us up.
We're getting paid not to race.
Yep.
We're actually just jamming and jumping off things, and
Life's good.
And life is good. I remember going to Europe for the first time.
Yes.
And
with Richie and Karis and
yes, Richie and Karis.
And that's a whole podcast in itself.
Oh my God.
I was thinking on the way over here,
Dirk, the Rocky
this
German
podcast. We should do it should be like a regular podcast. We've got so much to talk about.
Oh, you'll be back. You'll be back.
No, I know, but you know what I mean.
Chapters.
Like how we're gonna touch it all.
Yeah.
We got like.
Where did we begin with all these stories? I don't even know.
Remember the time we were at Hotel du Lac, and
the laundry incident.
The laundry incident. The infamous laundry incident.
That was so gnarly.
Thousands of dollars.
Literally, like we had like a little bag of laundry, like a little 7-Eleven bag each of laundry, just some basic stuff.
Oh,
and then
we
the hotel we thought we'd get them to do our laundry for us, and then we got it back, and we got a bill for what, $1,200 or something?
Yeah, euro.
Yeah,
And we got no money, like pre-credit card.
because it's like a 5-star hotel,
Yeah.
very fancy, and we had no idea.
I
We were
remember
a bunch of-
Karis, she remember like she got all her clothes done. Like that undies was like $30 a pair for a pair of undies or something like that. Totally.
all folded and
I
pressed
know.
and like all nicely. And we went and pleaded with them, we can't pay this. And
No.
then they said, well, if you did not pay, we charge your sponsor. And we were all new there, and we're like, no.
Didn't Dirk end up paying?
No, we negotiated them down to 1/3. So we ended up paying like
Right.
300 euros for 3 bags of laundry or something. And
That's
it
funny.
was something that we could somewhat afford, but we got worked hard there. That was gnarly. But Dirk, as we landed, he got us wasted,
Yeah.
and we partied. And I remember Richie,
Legendary night.
oh
Scaling up there. You fell asleep in the shower, if I remember, because Karis woke me up.
yeah,
And she called the hotel lady, the owner, to get you
out of the
you
shower.
passed
I
out.
passed out in the shower. I was puking all over. I passed out in the shower.
I got locked out. I had to scale the outside wall. I came in through the window, like 2 stories up,
Oh, I didn't
up
know
this
that.
like trellis.
Oh my god! Didn't you puke on Karis because you're like in the same beds? Like European has the same beds.
Yeah,
And
I don't remember.
And then you puked on her.
Yeah, you never remember that. I mean,
No, that's what happened.
you rely on other people for those stories.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
I might have. I don't know.
Dirk, the German rep, who was like a hardcore partier, he didn't drink for like a long time after that.
Yeah.
Because that was how we all met. And then we had to go to Riva de Garda and ride, and where it was the big festival. That's the biggest outdoor mountain bike
Yeah,
festival in Europe.
We killed it, for years.
Well, we did there.
Remember those first years? They didn't know what to do with us.
Well, they did, we were doing things that they hadn't seen yet.
It was awesome. Like, so we got all these racers that are hanging out with us, and we go on these rides. Like, oh, let's go ride with the Fro-Riders from Rocky Mountain. And then we get up to, what's that one local trail? Lamoni, or not Lamoni, the quick little ride.
Oh,
It's got the old World War II
bunker and stuff.
The
at
bunker,
top.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we started doing like nose manuals down the bunkers and stuff, and all these racers are like, "Is this all you do?" And we're like, "Shh, don't tell anyone."
Yeah. Take my picture.
Freeriding.
Take my picture.
That's
I'm,
right.
I'm working here, dude. I'm working here. Oh, I remember that.
But we were killing it. Oh, remember that one time Benner came out with us, and we went to that dinosaur. Where the dinosaur
Footprints were.
Footprints are in there. And
That's
there's
right.
that big wall, that big like 15-foot wall. That we
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, we hucked off that.
Hooked off that.
That was strange. Didn't you, me, and Tarek do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And then,
We had some fun, eh? That was good.
yeah, it was just rock landing. It was like,
Oh,
wha-bam,
so
full
terrible.
bottom.
Oh my god.
They don't do that now. They work the trannies and
Lots of broken axles.
and bottom brackets.
Remember the time we used to bring new rear ends? The snap rear end like
Dude.
that one there.
Yeah, if you go too big, you would just snap your bike and then you couldn't ride. So you had to like tone it down because your bike couldn't handle it. Or you just bring spare parts.
That was what's another good story from those times? It was pretty good. A lot of shooting, eh? Like that's what we did. We just took the van up, like took the Freeride Germany or the Bike Germany van up there. We want to do some photo shoots. We go drive up into the mountains and go hit these trails.
Yeah, and then just
Oh.
go jump off things.
Start of it, man.
Get a good background and jump off something.
We're still doing this. How many years? It's been 25 years of this.
I know. It's so much fun.
It is.
Why would you want to do anything else?
And these guys and people are just they still don't still not doing it as good.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, no, not the air. I'm talking about the lifestyle.
Oh.
Of course, the riding. Like we're old guys now. Like
Well, we are old.
we always suck.
It happens. It happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
But you're always going to go down in history, not only for being there at the early days, for being in the media for freeriding, but winning the first Rampage.
I know. I got lucky, huh?
You did not get lucky. You killed it.
I watched that. I watched that. It's like so pathetic. Just the riding.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
like,
you didn't have a chance to go there and ride for a whole bunch of time
No.
before. You didn't know the line.
And
And you qualified one area and then did the finals in the other area.
Stumbling through it.
Yeah.
We didn't know. You know.
And we didn't pack the landings or
We didn't do anything.
take off.
We just move rocks.
Kick a few rocks and then send it.
Yeah.
This is very, in a way, gnarlier because you didn't know what was down there.
Well, people we always think like, oh, it's gnarlier now. It's like I think everything is just equally as gnarly. It's just
Relative.
It's relative. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
I mean, the riding now is far beyond what we were doing, but it's a relative factor. It's like no one ever jumped off cliffs before, so we didn't even know if
the wheels
if you
would
could stick
would-
a 20-footer or
yeah, totally. It was like the unknown.
Yeah.
Pioneering shit, dude. Yeah, I know. It was scary because who knows? It's not like you see a video and see, oh, that works. You know, I can just go a little bit bigger than that. We were the ones trying it, doing it.
I always laugh now too because remember the trip to Cappadocia, Turkey?
Oh yes,
for Crank 3?
Crank 3.
Yeah, and now you see pictures like everyone's going to Cappadocia. You know what I mean?
Well, it's so beautiful.
I know, but it's like they're riding the same zones that we hit. You know?
Yeah. No,
I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit of a snob. It's like we were there first, and it's like you're riding the same lines. But there's no praise. You know, it's kind of like
there was praise, but at times people have forgotten. Things move on. If you don't keep your own legacy alive and put it out there, people are going to forget.
That's the one thing about like that it pisses me off about like pink bike videos or the videos. Like say someone does a really good video.
Yeah.
Like Steve Vanderhook, he's on fire right now.
Oh yeah, he's killing it.
He like hits all the gnarly shore stuff.
Yeah.
And then it's gone. There's no shelf life.
It comes and goes.
Like that video that he just like hit all these epic lines.
Yeah.
And like, we're never gonna see that again, or just like lives this life on pink bike for a week. You know? Gets 500 comments, gets 500,000 views. Done.
Gone. The bike nerds will remember. The bike nerds always remember.
No, the bike nerds.
The hardcore.
But bike nerds are just looking for the next bike nerdy thing.
Well, it's true. You know? But that's what it is, because there's like 30 videos coming out a week. Dude,
it's a smorgasbord of everything, and like just like more. You know what I mean? It's kind of like.
Did you know that the human has less attention span than a goldfish? Goldfish have attention span of 10 seconds, and humans online have 8 seconds.
We just went down 8 seconds.
8 seconds. Yeah. So we have 2 seconds less attention span.
Yeah. So why are we still on this podcast?
I don't know. Is anyone still out there? Anyone listening?
I don't know. I think maybe that's the average human. That's like, I don't.
You have more attention span than 8 seconds?
Oh, for sure. You don't think you do?
Well, not when I'm online. I'm surfing. I'm like, no.
Well, yeah.
It's got to grab you.
That's why I don't have an Instagram account. Well, I do.
You do?
I know.
What does it say? Apparently, I do social media now.
Well, that was a bet.
Oh, really? Did you lose a bet?
No, I won a bet.
I thought Rocky made you do it.
Well, no, I'll tell you the story. Is that we were down in Arizona on a Rocky team trip. And this is when Jesse was pretty fresh on the team.
Jesse
Melamed. And who else was there? I think Dre was there. It was like a bunch, Vanderham was there. You weren't there, obviously, because you were on Specialized at that time. I don't know. This was like maybe 7-8 years ago. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Peter Valance was the team manager back then. Right?
Okay.
So we're down there in Arizona. We're doing team shoot, like Rocky, get some assets for the shots, right? Like,
yeah.
Bikes and stuff. And this is when Instagram was. Oh, Brian Park was the marketing manager, who's head of.
Oh, so after Valance was there.
After Valance, yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
After Valance, that's another story. I don't know if we'll get to that one on this podcast.
Yeah. We'll get to you later, Peter.
So we're down there, and like everyone's Instagram's new, and everyone's like keen on Instagram, like, oh my god, look at all these likes, right? And it's like starry night, and Brian Park, because he's like technology forward, like, come on, Simmons, you gotta do Instagram, for your money. And I'm kind of an anti-technology guy. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. And he's like,
you did Facebook.
Anyways, he forced. The bet was this: is that I think Jesse had 3,000 followers, and the bet was that I could start an Instagram account and have more followers than Jesse by the end of the trip, like by the end of the weekend.
Oh my god!
So we started my account on like a Friday. And Brian Park took the first photo. It was a starry night, and it was like moon or stars. You saw like the Milky Way came through, and it was like, apparently I'm doing Instagram now, and that was my first post.
Yeah.
And then we kind of had some fun with it over the weekend. Took a couple shots, and actually I think I got 5,000 by the end of the weekend. So
no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you did it.
I never posted again.
Yeah, yes, you did.
I've done a couple.
You've done probably like 12 posts.
Yeah. I've done the one where we did. Remember that no shoot one when we did.
We did the Western with Jesse
Melamed. Yeah, that was good.
We got third. Yeah. We got third place at Crankworks in the Dirt Divers.
Yeah, you killed it.
Yeah, it was comedy.
Fuck you crack me up. You're a funny guy, man. Like, remember that? I love like good. Like we're pretty witty guys, right?
Or pretend to be.
We pretend to be, and you're like, what? Just one more pit. Just one more pit.
I love the sound pit.
I know, but it's just like there's so many layers of humor to that.
Yeah.
Just one more pit.
If they know us,
just one more pit.
Yeah, then that's extra humor.
I find that so funny.
Just one more pit, man. Just one more pit. Like, that was so fun.
The need to drop a pit, right? And you don't know until you ride gravel pits how fun it is.
Totally. Well, someone got hurt. Was it Jesse himself who?
He went too deep or something like that. Yeah.
And he broke his foot.
So then sand landing.
He needed us to like hold the rest of the show up.
Yeah.
And we ended up getting third, actually, with that. That was pretty funny. Oh, wow.
Just one more pit.
Just one more pit. Speaking of social media, did you hear they're conglomerating YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook all into one?
Twitbox or something?
They're going to call it Twitface.
Yeah, Twitface. Perfect.
How much does a hipster weigh? An Instagram. How did the hipster burn his lips? He drank his coffee before it was cool. Why can't you fart in an Apple store?
Why?
Because they don't have windows. So how do you feel about social media now?
How do I feel about social media?
Yeah.
I mean, how does anyone feel about like? What do you mean? That's a weird question. How do you feel about social media?
Well, I see you online sometimes. You make the odd comment, so you are on there. But you're not posting.
No, it's like I don't give a shit about social media. Like if social media died tomorrow, I wouldn't even know. I'd be like, oh, what?
Really?
Oh, Tippie, you have an Instagram for a week. Well, how come? It's like, no, I don't. It's just, it is what it is. It's just there. It's kind of like it exists.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely not phone addicted. Yeah.
You don't use it for sales, or
no, I'm not
checking up on people.
Who do I want to check up on?
I don't know.
Exactly. You can't even tell me someone. I check up on my tight bros. I mean, I'm a sales rep now, which is awesome. I rep Rocky, Raceface, Fox.
On Vancouver Island.
On Vancouver Island. A couple, there's two of us that take care of BC.
But you're still a rider for Rocky, so
yeah, I'm
you're
double
like,
dipping. It's awesome.
You're a pro rider and a sales rep.
I have the best job. You know what's funny about our jobs is that I have guys tell me, it's like, are you a rider or a sales guy? You can't do both. It's like, why not?
Why not?
It's kind of like when we were free riders. Like, can you jump off? You can't jump off that cliff. Why not?
Don't tell me what I can and can't do.
You can't get paid to be a free rider. How come?
Yeah.
So it's actually, the way I see it is, imagine I walk into a dealer, right? Say some video comes out, and I walk into the dealer next day to sell him a product. He's like, dude, I just saw your video. Like, how good is that? It hits at home. It's like I walk the walk and I talk the talk. It's like we're it's like we're pushing new ground like we do with Freeride. Like, riders, we're like, why can't I be a rider and a rep at the same time?
Make your own rules.
Make your own rules, bro.
Yeah. I know some people ask, Richie, when are you ever going to retire? And he's like, retire from what? From riding my bike and
I love it. I live it.
Yeah.
We live it. It's not a job.
It's like it's a lifestyle.
It's what my wife Lisa's dad used to say. Dave Lang. He used to say, "You find a job you love, never work a day in your life."
That's true. That's true.
Are we working right now?
Yeah, we're working here.
You pressured me into getting here by 12:30, so I was kind of like,
we're working here. So what's your day-to-day life? Like you go to the island sometimes. You ride all the time. Pick up your kids at 3.
Well,
so you could ride between 9 and 3.
I have a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old, boy, girl.
Yeah.
I'm married.
Yeah.
To my longtime love. It's been been with her for.
You've been with Lisa how long?
Years. Oh, I don't even know anymore.
Forever.
It's like it's in the blur category.
Yeah.
So long ago. It's like 25 years plus.
So like all those years we were riding, you were paying the bills. She was doing medical school.
Yeah.
Became a doctor.
Yeah.
You held down the fort, and now she
holds down the fort.
And
I'm reborn.
Yeah.
As a dad.
Mr. Mom.
Mr. Mom.
So you can ride between 9 and 3 every day.
Well, no. Lisa's schedule is being an ER doctor. She's all over the board. It's not like a 9 to 5 Monday to Friday. She works weekends. She works nights. Right. So my schedule varies.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely open.
Yeah.
And my parents are very keen grandparents with the kids, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And they help us out a lot. So I can make time.
Okay.
So pretty fluid, pretty.
And if you get hurt, your wife's a doctor.
Yeah.
My mom was a nurse, so it was perfect.
I know,
for
but it's
me too.
it's like you never buy a car from a car mechanic, right? Because they don't work on it. I know
the painter's house is
exactly.
the one that needs painting.
Yeah,
Totally. Yeah. How are you for injuries? What's up with your body?
I'm pretty good, man. I've always been like a hyper cracker. I wake up, crack, and I'm still the same. But being 47 now, I would say that I'm pretty good. I mean, I don't wake up and I limp a little bit. I got my chronic pain. I got a bit. My right shoulder is kind of like locked a little bit tight. Like if I do that,
Have you ever separated your shoulders?
I've never dislocated my shoulder. I've done an AC separation.
Yeah.
3rd degree on both sides.
Okay. Yeah.
But never like
3rd degree.
Yeah, I got the big lumps there.
Yeah. But you didn't rip it through. You ripped it partially.
No, you know the AC joint, right? Of your
Yeah.
collarbone?
Oh, yeah.
I never broke a collarbone. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
Never dislocated a shoulder, luckily. Like, goddamn.
You broke your femur jumping that canyon.
broke a femur, yeah.
And how was that? These days, does it hurt when
I tell people
when
people are like, what was it like? I mean, I don't really remember, but I don't want to do it again.
Did you cry?
I just know I don't want to do it again.
Didn't you cry out, I broke my femur?
Yeah.
But you were like super
No,
calm.
I yelled out, I broke my leg. I broke my leg.
I broke my leg.
I think it was more like
It's on video, isn't it?
it's more like I broke my leg, like realizing mid sentence that I broke my leg.
Yeah. I really did.
Just
break my leg.
just happened to be the biggest bone, the biggest leg.
It wasn't compound or anything like that, though.
No, but it was like.
But you knew.
Well, it was kind of disgusting actually because I rested on my side.
Yeah.
And I went to get up, and my hip moved and my knee didn't.
Gross.
Like it was like imagine like trying to move in your chair here, and you're like your knee stays and your hip moves. And you're like, oh, something's wrong.
Yeah.
My lower half of my leg is not attached to my body.
What was it? You hit a stump on the side on the landing, right?
Yeah, so it was a bit of a hip across the canyon, and it was a side hill. So
It's
it was
huge
a
now, but
traverse.
it wasn't that big back then. It was like
Well,
huge.
It was sizable. It was I mean it was like
but
maybe
it's dilapidated now, so it looks like
30 feet gap across. Like a popper.
It now looks like 100 feet because it's
It just you couldn't.
caved in, but
Yeah,
it was 30 feet.
It's
Back then,
definitely
which is still huge.
It's definitely
back then.
more aggressive now, like with debris flow. And
Yeah,
stuff
you
like that.
can't do it now.
No.
But
It was
back then-
ideal.
Did anyone else do that?
Well, I kind of shut her down after the old femur.
Yeah.
Gave it a bad taste.
And it's not cool to go do something that people get really hurt on.
No.
It's kind of like the Freeride code or
Yeah,
something,
maybe.
isn't it? Maybe.
Anyways,
I don't know. Wow. So how did you get out of there?
the firefighters came and got me. Luckily, I was like 30 feet from the road.
Yeah. Oh my
I
god.
remember I was in so much pain. I'm in the ambulance. And I'm like, just sweating. You know, when you're in so much pain, you're just like sweating. You're clammy, right? You're fucking like the white light just.
Yeah.
And I remember I'm like, can you go slower? Because we're driving in the ambulance down the dirt road, and they're like, we can't go any slower. I look out the window and the tree's going by like, like that.
You can't go any slower.
Like a snail.
Yeah.
But every roll, it's like, can you go any slower? No.
Oh my god. And how long till it was strong again? Like
A year.
1 year.
About 1 year until I could start to ride pretty confidently.
Was that filming for Digger for North Shore Extreme? For that when you hurt
It
yourself?
was for yeah.
Yeah, like North Shore 4 or something?
Yeah, 4 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
2001.
Okay, so it was the year after then that you jumped the Marzocchi truck.
Maybe. I don't know. Why are you
2002.
asking all these timeline details?
Well,
It's hard to remember.
Because your femur was, like you said, a year to fix.
Yes, I came back, and did I win the 2001?
You won 2001 Rampage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe
First
it was
year.
after or before. It must have been after.
It was after.
After.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
What's
'Cause
that?
Jumping the Marzocchi truck. But
Oh.
before you do, tell me about, I remember you got picked up by Oakley, and then you went down and you went riding with like Cedric Gracia and
Yeah.
Brian Lopes, and then
Did
there's
a
like
couple trips with those
big
guys.
Europe pro, big American pro, and you're like this Canadian guy, and they're like, checking, like, who's this guy? And
Oh, I know. You know what? Like I know Cedric pretty well, as you do too. And Brian, great guys, right? But when this dirtbag,
They didn't
small
know you
town
then.
Canadian, no, and racers hated Freeriders.
back then.
Just because like racers are they're cocky. You got to be when you're a racer because you want to win. You're winning, right? It's back
Yeah.
to that like
I'm better than you because you're not as good as I.
like that's the whole thing about racing is beating the next guy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Why are you racing if you don't want to beat that guy's ass?
Yeah.
So I come down there, and they're like, "Who are these jackass free riders?" Right? And then they realize that we actually have a little bit of skill.
Well, you were killing it. You were
But like we'd ride, and we don't have the racer mentality, but I've always been a good bunny hopper, like in the back of the truck and manualer, right? And,
Yeah.
And Lopes is always like a challenge guy. So when you're on shoots, he's like, try to double that, So we'd like try these little doubles, like sprint into it, like how close can you make that double? Like 15 feet. Oh, now 10 feet.
Yeah.
And of course he'd always win because he's like a little muscle sprinter dude, right?
Yeah.
But I would go for it and do not bad, right?
Yeah.
And then I remember once I was filming with him, and there was one line that I beat him. It was like there was this curve.
The first time?
Yeah, the first time there was a curve, like like a finished curve on a road.
Yeah.
Like what are they, like 5 inches wide, 6 inches, And we manualed this curb to the next roll. When you have a driveway and the curb is low and then it kind of goes into the curb.
Yeah.
You had to pull a manual on the skinny curve, and I did it. He couldn't do it. It pissed him off.
He gets so mad.
He probably doesn't even remember now, but it's like
Yeah, well,
the
he's
one
competitive every
time
day.
I'm like, there you go, Lopes.
That's funny.
And then Cedric, I remember Dude, Cedric is such a great rider. That guy was incredible.
Oh, he's insane.
We did this trip to with Vanderham. We did this Oakley trip to Sweden and Norway.
Yeah.
And Vanderham and I were like, because he's so loose, you know, and he wouldn't crash. He would be way like outside the boundaries of riding, but he just like his long arms and long legs, dude. I don't think we ever see him hit the deck on that trip, and he was like just nut bar
And probably talking while he was doing it.
We were just like, whoa, that
guy's sick.
he's loose, skilled, very skilled.
So on this Oakley shoot, you know, you held your own. You showed some talented, you know, riding and showed some skills, and you got some respect from those guys. But then when you went and hit the Marzocchi truck, wasn't Lopes there? And then
Bender
was there.
Yeah.
Bender actually tried it twice.
Yeah.
And he crashed both times.
Poor Bender.
No, he crashed. He tried it once and hit it, and he crashed.
He has bad luck. So
yeah.
No, this is the
you
story.
hit it twice. You hit it twice. Bender hit it once.
This is the story. So Bender and I go to hit this Marzocchi thing. He was a Marzocchi athlete. I think he was on the Monster Tees, right? And Bryson Martin.
It had only been hit on a dirt bike.
Yes.
It was on the cover of a Crusty Demons of Dirt movie.
That's right. Yeah, and a quad hit it too.
And a quad, for the movie Huevos Rancheros.
Yeah. So we're there to do this. Bryson Martin from Marzocchi at the time, he was there with the big Marzocchi truck, right?
Yeah.
A buddy of his had this big monster
big
truck.
F650 or whatever it was called.
And, you know, people were like, what was it like? And I don't, you know, when I was there, right? Like, you know, like say you're going to break the speed record. Say the speed record is 350 kilometers an hour and you're going already 320. To go 350 is not that much, right?
Yeah.
We were hitting big stuff. So it wasn't that much bigger to what I was used to hitting.
Yeah.
It's not like people are like,
you were hitting like,
yeah, we were already going pretty big.
The Rocky poster.
Yeah. It was almost as big, right?
Like 2/3 as big?
Yeah. Like, you know, just scale.
Yeah.
And you know what? I was there and I was so confident. I'm like, dude, it lines up. I think like I saw it. You know when you see it, you're like,
even with the back end on that RM6.
Well, you don't think about that. You're just you're just confident in your bike, confident in your skills. I'm pretty calculated. You know, like I never overshot.
How many bitch runs did you do at it?
Oh, well, you know, like Tippie, like when you're in the zone and you're like bitch running up, and then you got to go. Like the adrenaline's there. You're like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Maybe 4.
Okay.
You know, like coming in, getting the speed. Like it's all visuals, right? You want to see like.
And you got a little bit of style on that. Was that just incidental to line it up?
I think it just happens naturally. It was just.
Yeah.
I wasn't going for style. I was more just for.
So John Gibson was shooting photos then, and he told me the first time you hit it, you went kind of deep.
Oh, did I?
And rode it out.
Yeah.
And then
maybe.
And then the second time you hit it, you snipered it.
Well, I did it first time without the truck because if I came up short, I didn't want to like pile into the truck.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I did it once without the truck, and then rolled the truck in there and did it again.
Oh wow.
And then poor Bender, poor guy, he's got bad luck. So he went to hit it. He blew up, I think, on the landing. Like blew a hand off the bar or something like that when he landed.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Because he came in really like rear wheel heavy and slapped the front and blew a hand off and tumbled.
Yeah.
Concussed himself. So everyone was like, dude, you're in no condition to hit it again.
Hit it again.
And then I did my thing. I hit it. We left. He went back there by himself.
Like Bender does.
Yeah, with another film crew. And he lands it. Handlebar broke.
No.
Yeah, that's the story.
Oh, that's bad luck, dude. Really?
And you know, when you break a handlebar coming in from
nothing you can do
30, 40 feet,
yeah,
it's like that's a hard crash.
Oh yeah,
all the weight just loading the handlebar and snapping,
and then twisting. Oh, dude,
I can even imagine that. It's like,
Poor guy.
I don't think he went back after that.
No. The Merino Valley Gap, I think, is what it's called. Yeah.
That's good. It's still up there. People, I know. I mean, that was definitely the pinnacle of my career.
Yeah. Well, that blew you up around the world.
Yeah.
That was for all time. So
222.
So you're picking up your kids at 3?
I gotta be home when the kids come home.
Yeah.
We got a couple more minutes here.
Mom life. Wow. Okay. Well, we're diving into the past and then a little bit of the present. Maybe next time we'll talk about the future. But just touching on it, what do you see? Where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years? What is
now?
Yeah. What's in the future for Wade Simmons? What's happening this season? Give me some future storytelling here.
Well, it's crazy times right now. COVID.
Yeah.
So on my rep side of things, just like pumping busy, taking care of the dealers.
The bikes are selling themselves, aren't they? Like
selling themselves, buddy.
Like
we're on fire. We're high fiving. It's like to be a mountain biker, to be us right now, we're killing it.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel? Good. I feel good. Life's going
well,
good.
I dislocated my elbow a little while ago, so I don't feel really good right now. But generally, I do.
You know what I've been doing? Dirty moto. I've been motoing quite a bit.
Well, you've always
Dirt
kind of
biking.
dirt biked a little bit.
Yeah, I grew up dirt biking.
Yeah.
But all these mountain bikers are into it now. Like we all got motos for some reason. I don't know why, but it just happened.
Yeah.
And now we're just like have this unquenchable appetite.
Well, you were
Because
saying
we're learning so much. Every time we go, like, you know, with mountain biking, we're pretty high on the game with mountain biking, right? To get the feeling that I get out in moto.
feel dialed.
Yeah. Dude, it's
Like how often do you get scared of the North Shore anymore?
Well, I just rode the dice roll with Vanderhook the other day. And I got a little scared.
Oh, I heard it was greasy.
It was fast and greasy.
Did he like scrub it with the wire brush, but it was still greasy?
That one, you just end up going faster than you expect. It's just
There's little pock marks in there, so there's the moss. Like you can't get all the moss out.
No matter how slow you take the in run,
Yeah,
you're cooking out the bottom.
You're coming out terminal.
Cooking,
yeah, totally. Oh my god,
it was scary.
So he's one of the hottest shore riders right now, doing
He's killing it.
doing gnarly lines.
Yeah, it's awesome to see.
Yeah.
Remy killing it.
Remy, yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Man. There's some,
I think he's put out some of the best.
The
best
Freeriders,
coverage.
it's like hot right now, eh? Mountain biking's picking back up. Well, it's not that it never did, but
Well, it fluctuates.
Seminax always kept that level super high, and all those other like the European Freeriders. But locally speaking, it's on the up and up, man.
Yeah, totally. But you're dirt biking, so you're actually getting scared. You're scaring yourself on the dirt bike.
Dirt bike's just hobby, but it's fun because I'm seeing the increases of skill. Yeah. Where not like I go for a ride, I'm hitting everything. You don't get that skill factor that's scared. Yeah. But now we're doing some hard enduro, and it's like
climbing things.
Oh, dude, it's so tough. Like just getting like hitting the deck like 15 times on your ride. Like, oh my god, like am I gonna get up this? That's what I enjoy about it. Everyone's like, how come you dirt biking so much? You quit mountain biking? It's like, no, I live mountain biking, but this is new and
it's another bike.
I'm not so good at it.
Well, you e-bike too, right? You do a lot of e-biking.
Yeah, that's just like mountain biking.
Yeah.
Easier mountain biking.
Yeah. Does anyone give you grief for that? For
everybody gives me grief.
Do they?
I love it.
You love it?
Oh,
what do you say? What do they say if they give you grief?
I love wankers that give you like, oh, you e-biking lazy. It's like, come out for a ride. Like, you'll be crying.
You'll be crying. You told me once that some guy was laid into you, and you went, dude, you mountain bike the North Shore for 25 years, 5 days a week. You tell me I haven't earned my turns? That's right. You're not ready for an e-bike.
I know. It's like there's so many like ill arguments. I remember, I'm not going to name them right now because for any backlash. But I came out of the trails, and this trail builder on the shore was like, "Oh, you ride an e-bike? Like that's the end of it now." And he's carrying a chainsaw, and I'm like, what are you carrying? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, what's that in your hand? Chainsaw. I'm like, how come you don't use a handsaw anymore? He's like, I never thought about that.
Whoa.
It's like, I mean, you can still use handsaws to take trees down.
Yeah.
But now all these lazy bastards are chainsawing trees.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's like, it's
technology, man.
Technology, dude. It's like you have a chainsaw. Like, and you're giving me shit about an e-bike?
Yeah. Like, you have one of the best quotes about e-bikes that I think I've ever heard. You said, riding an e-bike is like having a chairlift in your garage.
Yeah. Pocket chairlift.
Totally. I love it.
They're so good, huh?
I love it.
Well, when you have, like I'm a pretty involved dad. I like to be there for my kids. I have an hour and a half. Yeah. Like to do the same ride you always do hour and a half, you're like, it gets boring. Now I have an e-bike. I can go ride.
That and something else.
Yes. Ride the whole mountain in an hour and a half.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Is it perverse? A bit dirty? Yeah, maybe, but it's fun.
But hey, it's all about fun, right?
It's all about fun.
You know what? All through
no one's dying. Anyone dying? That's the bottom, right? No one's dying. We're having fun.
Someone's killing it, but there's no one dying.
That's right. We're killing it.
And through all our careers, we've said, "Oh, free riding. What are you doing? You're just gonna go have fun. You're gonna get paid to have fun. Oh, disc brakes. Oh, suspension, front suspension, back suspension. Yeah. Oh, this, that, and dropper posts. And then everyone always comes around e-bikes.
People are way too serious. You only get one life.
People are resistant to change.
They are.
Most people. And then some people are like, let's try it out.
I take on change. I like it. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. I love it. I love when stuff happens. Ever since I've been a guy too, it's like when stuff's like we're out in Costa Rica and it's dark and the sun's going down. That's when you see the true character of people, and I love that when shit's going sideways. You're like, yes, like we're gonna survive this, maybe not.
Yeah.
I remember once we were guiding Costa Rica and the sun was going down, and this guy couldn't ride the trail. And we started joking with him, like, we might have to stay the night out here. They're like, who got to stay the night out here? We're like, yeah, maybe that'd be.
You're messing with them?
Yeah.
It's so mean.
I love messing with
I love it. Who out Riga's you? Do you ever Simmons Riga or does he Riga you?
Oh, Riga's way gnarlier than I am. Like that guy goes solo in the chill cones.
Yeah, I know he is gnarly. I don't know many people gnarlier than him.
I'm afraid of grizzly bears. Like, no.
He just sleeps right out in the ground, right in the
know.
open, like cooking and like, yeah. I know.
Yeah, Chris sleeping with the salmon.
Yeah, it's like just rubs it all over
Like,
himself.
yeah, like he wants
like,
the
bring
bear.
it on, bring it on.
Can't get the bear. Even the bears think he's crazy.
Yeah, totally.
Oh shit, there's Riga again. We're out of here.
There's Rigas in those mountains.
That's right. No, Margus is that guy is he's hardcore. Yeah, he's awesome. Eh?
Did I tell you about the high fiver he did? He goes, hey, can I park my vehicle at your house at 3:30, 4 a.m.? I'm like, yeah, sure. What are you doing? He goes, you know the Triple Crown?
Oh,
I go, where you ride all 3 North Shore mountains up to the ski hill and down? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, I'm going to do all 3 shore mountains and then work my way
back the
back.
high five.
5 mountains.
Did you climb the first one with him?
I did, yeah.
I told
I
him
went up
about
Seymour and then down, and then he went up Seymour, down Seymour, up Frome, down Frome, up Cypress, down Cypress, up Frome, down Frome, up Seymour, down Seymour. He got back at 9:30 at night. He left at 4 in the morning.
All on flat pedals.
On like 5 potatoes, a bag of beef jerky, and a little bit of water. And maybe a few
Dude,
herbs.
We know so many hardcore guys. Like, think about all the characters that you know, eh? Like,
oh my god, there's people out there that are crazy and cool and funky,
and they're just doing it.
And they're doing it. They're doing it for themselves. Yeah,
that's what we're doing, man.
That's what we're doing it for ourselves.
Do it for yourself first.
Yeah, totally.
And then Instagram second.
Yeah,
people are messing that up though. They're doing it first for Instagram. And
well, there is that. You know what? You got to have it in your heart. You got to have it, whether you're getting paid or whether you're getting famous or meeting chicks or whatever. You got to do it for yourself.
I always said
the essence of doing it.
I always said that if I wasn't a pro rider, I'd be the biggest mountain bike geek. Because I'd still be doing it. I love mountain biking. I'm not doing it because I get paid. I do it because I love it.
You'd be doing it no matter what.
And I just happen to get paid.
If you never got famous and got discovered, would you like? Where would you be? You're a mechanic.
Well, I'd be
You'd be in the bike industry.
I'd be
I'm
working
sure.
outside somewhere. I don't know. I mean, I'm an outdoor guy. You know?
Yeah.
So I'd be, maybe guiding's kind of fun. Yeah, good question.
Yeah.
I don't think about it. I don't think about the what if. I'm all in.
Yeah. Yeah.
I live for the day.
Well, I love that.
Yeah.
You know what? Speaking of all in, one thing I learned from you about doing gnarly stuff is, when you do a few bitch runs at it, and you're looking at it, and you size it up, and you throw a few rocks, and you do the math, right?
Yeah.
And then once you decide to do it, it's like a light switch on the wall, right? You're like, let's yes or no. And then I learned from you that if you're gonna do it, once you got it figured out, do enough to get it figured out. If you're gonna do it, do it right away. Or don't do it.
Yeah.
And that's what I've learned. I'm like, I'm either going to do it right away or don't do it. I'm not going to sit there and hedge and then do a run and stop and stop and stop and go and stop and go. And then, because then you're messing yourself up. If you're going to do it.
And you mess everyone else up too.
Do it right away. And then I've learned from you to put myself into that situation, even if I didn't feel 100% confident, to put myself into it and then go into autopilot and then and learn that you're going to take care of it.
Well, I was going to say that we do have the skills that autopilot takes over.
Yeah.
And when you kind of question yourself, like, what's it going to be like? But then as soon as you do it, you're like, that's right, man. Like, my body knew what to do.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, we're going to have you back again. Thanks for taking some time today.
Tippie, this was awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
I'd like to get one day with the 3 of us, with you, Richie, and Neat all together.
Awesome. I love Richie.
It'd be like the Muppets, like the old Walrus up in the upper deck, talking about the industry and whatnot. You got any jokes? You need a joke?
Do I have any jokes? I don't know. I mean, I don't keep the jokes up front like you. They're buried in the back.
Okay.
No, I don't have a joke. But you know what's so awesome is that I grew up reading Mad Magazine and Far Side.
Love Mad Magazine.
I think that's why
Far Side's one of my favorite cartoons.
Like, we're kind of twisted.
Yeah.
I got my son's into it now. He loves it. He's
No
like,
way.
Yeah, so I'll be in the kitchen making breakfast, and he's reading like the full edition of Far Side.
Yeah.
It's like he just loves it. I love it. It's so funny.
Gary Larson's drawing cartoons again, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love that one where just this morning he's like, oh, look at this one, Dad. It's funny where the polar bear is like chewing on the igloo. He's like, I love these things, crunchy on the outside, chewy in the middle.
He's twisted.
Like, I love that. That's so funny.
My favorite one,
Crunchy on the outside, chewy in the
is
middle.
the 2 pilots in the cockpit of the plane.
And it's like
And
dogs.
it's cloudy.
Okay,
No, no,
1,
no.
2, 3.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's a good one, too. No, one pilot says to the other pilot, he looks through the front windshield and he goes, hey, what's a mountain goat doing way up here in the
That's right.
clouds?
It's like a little goat there.
Totally.
Like, that's the best humor.
Oh, so good. So good. Well, thank you very much.
We'll do it again, buddy.
This has been Wade Simmons and Brett Tippie coming at you. Podcast number 1, the Brett Tippie Podcast.
Way to go, Tippie. It's about time.
Wade Simmons, the legend, old buddy of mine. And we will see you next time. Thanks for being here, Wade.
Thank you.
Right on, brother.
Cheers.
Ow! Shimona's Wade Simmons.